Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at Adventure in Another World Pan Xeno and see just how good she is in the Dokkan battle after her Extreme Z Awakening. I am lucky enough to have her at 90%, so she's going to be pretty good. She is a really well constructed unit, and although obviously more helpful, or pretty much exclusively helpful to crossover and Dragon Ball Heroes, still a really solid unit nonetheless. Crossover category lead of Key plus 3, HP attack and defense of 170%, greatly raises attack and defense for one turn and causes supreme damage with a high chance of stunning the enemy with her super attack. She has attack and defense of 140%, and she gets an additional attack and defense of 70% when performing a super attack. She gives crossover category allies Key plus 3 and attack and defense of 40% with an additional attack and defense of 20% for characters who also belong to the Dragon Ball Heroes category. That means she's a 60% in total support for Dragon Ball Heroes. She has a 70% crit chance, a 70% evasion chance. She gets an additional defense within the same turn with each attack evaded. And also she has an additional attack and defense of 70% and gives all allies, excluding herself, 15% crit per crossover category ally attacking in the same turn. So Pan is a 60% support, 30% crit support for all Dragon Ball Heroes crossover units, which is pretty crazy. Innocence, All in the Family, Sand Lineage, Battlefield Diva, Patrol, More Than Meets the Eye, and Fierce Battle make her a very strange link set. And Bond Parent and Child, Crossover, Defenders of Justice, Dragon Ball Heroes, Earthbred Fighters, Goku's Family, Hybrid Sands, Time Travelers, and Youth are her categories. So Pan overall I think is very, very good. In terms of her hidden potential system, I would honestly recommend building a majority evasion and a bit of additional. Evasion with 70%, if you give her like another, let's say, 20 evasion, you're looking at like 78% total effective evasion rate, and that's really, really good. On top of that as well, she also, a little bit of additional, allows her to have multiple super attacks, giving her some greatly raising assistance with her defense, as well as also, on top of that, giving her more ability to stun, which I think is very, very good overall. So yeah, for me right now, Pan is probably one of my favorite crossover category units. Like, she really is really, really good. She genuinely is really solid. She does a lot of great stuff. So she's a huge support. She is a really good critical hit support as well. She's great defensively. Like, she can get caught out. There's moments where she'll be caught out because, her evasion won't kick in or anything. But realistically speaking, like, she is still really, really solid. Outside of a couple super attacks or being caught outside of a dodge, she's the type of unit that's just going to be excellent on a Dragon Ball Heroes crossover team, because she's going to be able to really encompass and give you an amazing amount of utility. She's able to give you tons of support, tons of crit chance. She's giving you a unit that, for the most part, is not going to let you down defensively, or in terms of she'll get caught maybe in moments, but generally speaking, she will be solid enough that you won't have any consistent issues with her. You shouldn't have any ridiculous problems with her. She'll be fine for you. She'll do a lot of good work. She will be a good, consistent unit for you defensively. And I think for me, she's probably one of my favorite crossover units, mainly because of just how much she does for the team. Stunning, evasion, crit, attack and defense, being good defensively against normals, being solid in the most part. I mean, she's so good. Building her with evasion, I've used her as a pseudo tank most times, and she genuinely has not let me down. She's just a very reliable unit, and for me, probably one of my favorite units to run in general, just like in the game, and to have a lot of fun with. I think she's good in that way. So yeah, definitely a good unit. I would say, for me overall, her links don't really matter that much. I would never really prioritize Pan as much as I'm trying to in this video, I would never really prioritize Pan. Like, All in the Family is great if you can get it. Patrol's probably the easiest to get on the Dragon Ball Heroes team. But more than meets the eye, Innocence, Battlefield Diva, I wouldn't necessarily try to aim to proc all of Pan's links. She's good to float, maybe to run in the second slot, and if you're really desperate, a pseudo first slot tank through evasion, but I would never really encompass her to be like, how can I say, I would never really focus in or hone in on her to be my primary focus link wise, just because finding her a Dragon Ball Heroes unit or a crossover unit that meets all those requirements is very minimal, and rather have her just kind of provide her support to other units and focus on those units' links rather than focusing on hers, as that will just generally get you a better result, a net result at the end of the day. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Honestly, super duper simple. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments down below. If you do have any queries or anything, it's always welcome. But yeah, I think for me, that's pretty much it. Pan, really, really good. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.